What is your thoughts on the ball game?
I thought it was a great basketball game, a great team effort by our kids. I thought our kids really dug in and played extremely well defensively, as we have throughout the season. Defense has been a big key, especially since the tournament. Since the tournament started, our kids have played very well defensively.
Did Coach talk a little bit about the beginning of the second quarter when I thought that your defense really made a big difference? You trailed for the first time, put on a big run. I think how the other team scored was for 6.5 minutes. Tell me the importance of that game.
Well, I think Dylan made a couple big keys in that stretch, and I think that got us going. You know, Dylan's for the last 2 years has been one of our best defensive basketball players, and he's always making the big plays at the defensive end of the floor. They're really important, and again today he made some really good defensive plays, and I thought overall defensively we picked up. I mean, if you look at after the first quarter, you know, they only scored 28 points, and so I thought defensively we all stepped up. It was good team defense.
Gene, 2 straight years you've had Tresser Award winners. Can you just explain to everybody here why Cody is our Tresser Award winner?
Well, he's just a great young man, a high character man, and you know, great student, and just a very good basketball player. I mean, he's the total package. He does everything well. I mean, if you're trying to pick a guy that you want to coach, he would be an example of the kind of kid that you want to coach. And hopefully I have some more in my career like that.
Cody, you know, your second time to your family. What are your thoughts on that?
It's definitely a great honor winning that award. It puts a lot of importance on academics as well as being a good basketball player, so it's definitely a great honor.
Cody, how do you feel like you played against another 7-footer out there today?
Kind of felt like AAU playing against you know, guys bigger than me, so I thought we did a pretty good job overall. I got some foul trouble, so he wasn't out there the whole time, but I thought we did well.
Coach, how do you feel like he did against him?
Oh, I thought he did well. You know, I mean, it was he's Jude's pretty physical player, and I thought right from the beginning, Cody attacked him off the dribble and was aggressive against him, which is what I expected out of him, and you know, he did a great job.
Coach, was it easier for your guys because you have practiced against someone 7 foot for the rest of the guys the last few years?
Well, other than we don't have any 7-footers. I mean,
6'11",
6'11", and unless we're missing some at home. But
little brother coming up. 8th grade.
Yeah, your little brother. You know, but I guess, you know, practice against them. I mean, Robert practiced. You know, we practice against them in drills and so forth, and that may help us during the year. But I thought we all did a nice job of attacking him throughout the ball game.
What was the idea with Myers, their point guard? He came in, you know, I don't know what he was averaging, but pretty high number. What would you try to do with him?
Try not to let him have the basketball as much as possible. He's a really good player, and you know, Dylan had the job of stopping him, containing him. I thought he really did a nice job. I see he still got 17, but he had, you know, forced him into four turnovers, and he had to take 19 shots in order to get those 17 points. And, I thought he really did a nice job on him, and the other kids did a nice job of stepping out on him. They run a ton of ball screens, and our kids really did a nice job of jumping out there and helping on the ball screens and helping Dylan through the ball screens. And you know, whenever you're playing against somebody like that, you know, it takes a team effort. Dylan was the primary guy on him, but the rest of the team did a great job as well as helping him.
Cody, could you talk about winning back-to-back? You'd like joke that you do a little talking now if you did it, now you've done it, and talk about your teammates as well.
Yeah, it's definitely fun winning it. It's better every time. I wouldn't have done it without my teammates and coaches. In 2008, I don't think I would have won it without that one teammate of mine. It's definitely fun every time. It gets better every time.
Speaking on that a little bit, does this feel like kind of like a weight taken off your chest a little bit to get this second championship, considering you followed your brothers, and you know, for sure that's been a heavy load to have to carry? How's your feelings on that?
I didn't feel like I had too much pressure on me. They were, they were very supportive of me, and I just tried to go out and take it one game at a time. Fortunately, we were able to win another state championship.
I think maybe that one we won last year probably took a little weight off his back because he already had one coming into this year, made it a little bit easier, to do. And, I think our kids, last year maybe it was a little surprise for us winning it. I mean, some people in Washington thought we should win it, but I think it was a little surprise for some people. I think this year people had their tickets in September and October to come here. People were counting on winning it. And I think that goes to these guys right here, these 4 guys that started, to stay at the even keel throughout the season, keep working hard throughout the season to earn a chance back here. I thought they just did a tremendous job throughout the season of working and to be here and win another one when everybody expects you is a lot tougher than you think.
Curtis, I saw you had the honor of cutting down the nets. I mean, personally, what does that mean to you? Just talk about, what it means to win.
It's great. I mean, cut down the net after we win a big ball game like this, my second state title. It's great, speechless. I don't know what to say.
And now he doesn't have to listen to his dad talk about his 2 state championships.
Exactly.
Curtis, I was wondering, does this kind of make you feel a little bit better, get a family double-double now?
Oh, yeah.
Make life at home a little simpler?
Oh, yeah. I'll hear it all the time now.
Cody, now that your high school career is over, I mean, looking back, what do you think you're going to remember most about your time at Washington these last 4 years?
Like I said, the teammates, coaches, the great fans we had, just proved tonight that the whole side of this field all the way up to the top. So I've definitely enjoyed my 4 years here at Washington.
Cody, real quickly, you were just kind of a little guy in 2005, no pun intended, but what do you remember a little bit about that first one way back? And just, where were you sitting back then? And what do you remember about the very first one?
I was sitting with my parents. I don't remember a whole lot. I was only in 6th grade, but I never dreamed that I'd win 3 out on my own. It's definitely fun.
Dylan, with about 55 seconds left, you kind of came over to the Washington crowd and asked for a response that you got. That'd be a wonderful feeling when it kind of came, the realization finally came that, yeah, you guys really win this thing. Tell me about that moment.
It was a great feeling. I love being here with these guys. I want to miss them all next year. And, I'm speechless right now. I love being here, and this is a great feeling right now.
Robert, I thought you played a very vital role, especially in the second period with your inside play. They got the ball into you a lot. You rebounded, scored some baskets. Tell me a little bit about that second period and how you think that affected the game.
Yeah, I just came to the game with the idea that I have to play defense, and when I get the ball inside, I have to take it up strong because, they got pretty big physical players out there.
Robert, can you talk about, coming as a sophomore, you didn't know who your hysteria is. How do you like your taste of it now?
Oh, it's great. When I came here my sophomore year, I was in for a rude awakening, playing Zeller.
Conditioning.
Yeah, conditioning. Wow. First day I got here, it was terrible. We're just doing like a little shoot around, and after practice, I was up chucking everywhere. But it's great being here.
Makes all that work worthwhile.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously, you guys are losing some key seniors, but is it too early to start thinking 3 in a row?
Yeah, it's too early to start thinking about next year. We're just happy to celebrate this year, and we're worried about next year after spring break, right?
Yeah, good.
Coach, that you guys really dominated backwards, out-rebounded them by 18. Coming into the game, is that something you emphasized in practice, or how important was that for you guys?
Well, rebounding was very important, although I look at that rebounding thing, and sometimes total rebounds can be deceiving. The thing that bothers me when I looked at it, and they can tell you that's what I talked to them about at halftime, was You look at their rebounds, they had 11 offensive rebounds, and that was something we talked about at halftime. That's way too many. They were strong, physical inside. We didn't do a very good job of keeping them off the offensive boards, and that was really, that's what kept them in the ball game in the first half, I think.
Coach, this is the end of the Zeller era, kind of a special era in Indiana high school basketball. When people look back at it, I'm sure, what are your opinions on that, or what are your memories going to be? You think of this run?
Well, I think it ought to be a special era in Indiana high school basketball. I mean, why the three brothers played, we won 4 state championships, and won, I don't know, 85% of the games during that 10-year stretch. It's just, it's a tremendous time in Washington basketball. That's for sure. And it's meant a great lot. I mean, it meant a lot to our community, to our school and everything. And, the Zellers have been great players, great people. But I think the other thing you got to look at it is people, when they look at it, they think about the Zellers and they meant a lot, but I always think about those other guys too. The Seth Coys, Kyle Price, Ethan Hunsinger, Sam Gines, these 3 guys right here. They not only were they great players, but they had great role players around them. And I think that those guys meant a lot too, and I think each one of the Zellers would say that as well. You've got to have those other guys to complement the great players. And as great as they are, they couldn't win it by themselves. They needed these other guys to get here. And so I think it's a great time for us all to celebrate. It's a great time for the Zellers to celebrate, but it's a great time for our community and all these other players to celebrate as well.
Cody, could you talk about that, like that 20-4 run? The other guys were just as much, if not more, instrumental to you. Just talk about what they meant to you the last few years and tonight.
Definitely tonight, there's always a lot of attention on me, and I just try to keep on working hard, setting screens for them, and they've gotten used to working off me, and they did a nice job today as they have all year. I couldn't do it without them, and it was a good win for us.
Any of the players, what's the biggest thing that you've learned from Coach Miller?
I'd say just hard work. They'd all say the conditioning is unreal. And, it just teaches us to work hard and what it takes to win this championship back to back. And that's something that we'll keep throughout our life, whether it's playing basketball or doing a job, whatever.
I'd say same thing, or motivator, motivate me to, I don't know, just come out every day to practice, work hard, work to get better.
I'd say discipline, because coach is always on me. Anything and everything when it comes to basketball, swimming, all my teachers, they tell coach what I've been doing in class and how they're doing, so I'd say discipline.
Yeah, we'll have to be with all those guys. And, we just got to come to practice and hard work, and we got to be dedicated to the sport. And I got one more year, and I'm going to miss all these guys. And I just know I'm going to have to come out, just come to practice and work my butt off and get better as the day goes.
Dylan, talk about, you guys were 3-2 at the beginning. You had like the weight of the world on your shoulders already for you guys to do so well. What changed, and you guys haven't lost since right after Christmas?
We pulled together as a team, and after that, we knew after the Hall of Fame Classic, we knew what we had to do. We came out as a team. After that, we haven't lost since then. It's a great feeling. I love it.
Any other questions, anybody? Coach, Jim, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.